guys, it's me again. So today I'll be filming my video in English as there have been a lot of requests for me to do one. So hopefully you guys will enjoy it. Just on a side note, English is not my first language. I actually moved to Canada when I was 15 or 14? 15 I think. And so to this day, I'm still struggling with some of my pronunciation and also my accent. Hopefully the majority of you will find the way I speak to be too weird or too upsetting. So for those of you who are just tuning in, my name is Joanna and I go by Jcnana. It really is just a play on with my initials, and I'm just trying to distinguish myself for all the other Joannas out there. So yeah, there's no significant meaning that goes behind the name. Sorry to disappoint. And so today I'll be doing a makeup tutorial using my newly bought eyeshadow palette, and it is the Tartelette in Broom. Look how pretty this packaging is. So ever since I got this palette, I've been rocking it every single day and I'm loving it. So without further ado, let's get started! So before I actually put on my foundation, I will start by using the Laneige Water Bank Ultra Moisture Cream to moisturize my skin. I'll also prime it for the foundation later. And as for foundation, I'm using the YSL foundation that I always use. You guys have probably seen it a million times. And I'm just gonna put one pump onto the back of my hand, and I'm gonna add some Josie Maran's Argan Oil with my foundation as my skin has been acting up for the past few weeks. You can probably see the red patches on my face right now. So yeah, after I add the argan oil, I'm just putting it on to my skin and use my beauty blender to blend everything into my skin. My recent skin condition actually made me pretty upset. I don't know if it was stress or something else, but for like the past few weeks, I have been having some little pimples all over my face, and this has never happened before. So I panicked. I didn't know what to do. I put on some acne medicine, and the medicine actually made my face my skin starting to peel, and it was just like really irritated. And as you can probably see, the red patches, they are not very pretty and they are super hard to completely conceal and cover. Right now I'm taking my Tarte concealer for under eye and also some of my pimple scar and also the red patches. It doesn't do that much as for the red patches because they are just so obvious and like the area is really big, but I will try my best to conceal. So as it turned out, the concealer from Tarte was not enough. So right now, I'm taking my concealer from Benefit and I'm using my concealer brush from e.l.f. and my beauty blender. I'm just gonna pat all the product onto my red patches and hope for the best. Moving on to brows, I'm taking my Anastasia DIPBROW pomade and I'm gonna use my angle brush from e.l.f. and I'm starting to draw an outline, starting from the bottom and moving on to my arch. And I will start filling them in from the end of my brow and slowly work my way to the front. What I'm really doing here is just creating small stroke from the bottom of my brow to the top of my brow. Moving on to the highlight of the day, I'm taking Flower Child from the palette and I'm gonna brush it all over my eyelid. Next, I'm using Charmer to highlight my brow bone. As for transition shade, I'm taking Smarty Pants from the palette. I'm using my blending brush and brush it into the hollow of my eye. I really like this shade, Smarty Pants. It fits my skin tone pretty well and it's a very neutral color. Next, I'm taking Sweetheart from the palette and I'm gonna really pat this into the center of my eye, right above my pupil. There are only 3 shimmery shades in this palette and Funny Girl is one of them. I'm not a huge fan for this shade. I like the color, but in terms of the formula, I don't like it as much. It's a little hard to get the color on my lid, and also the powder kind of flies everywhere when I'm applying it. But yeah, I'm popping this color into the inner corner of my eyes. The next shade I'll be using is the shade Rebel. And it is a very pretty chestnut brown. It's a very warm brown. It's also one of my favorite shades from this palette. I'm putting it onto the outer V and along the lash line to deepen my makeup look and also give more dimensions. I'm taking the color Sweetheart again, and I'm putting this color onto the mid-section of my lower lash line. I'm dipping my e.l.f. eyeliner brush into my Tarte Clay Paint liner. I feel like a little wing would be great for this look, so I'm just carefully dragging my eyeline slightly upwards to create a cat eye. I would 10 out of 10 recommend this paint liner from Tarte. I like the formula, it's so smooth, so easy to apply on my lid. It didn't really dry out at all even though I had this for so long. After giving my lashes some serious lift with my Muji lash curler, I'll be using the Kiss Me Super Waterproof Mascara. This mascara has been my all-time favorite ever since I discovered it in Japan. But I don't have access to Asian makeup in Canada after I ran out. Fortunately, this California-based online store that sells a variety of Asian makeup reached out to me and sent me some products. It's called Etsy Store. The price is pretty fair, and because it is based in the States, it got to me a week after placing my order. Definitely check their store out if you are like me who are obsessed with Asian makeup but live in North America. They also offer my audience 10% off on all their products if you use my code. Moving on to brush, I'm taking Get Leid from Colourpop. It's a very pretty coral color, and right now I'm just doing some circular motion and drag it along my cheeks. I totally forgot to film the highlighter that I used, but I used BECCA's highlighter in shade Moonstone. So I'm just gonna tap this onto the tip of my nose, along my nose bridge, on my chin, on the tip of my lips, along the highest point on my cheeks, and last but not least, my forehead. As for my lips, I'm using NARS Audacious lipstick in the shade Gen, a really pretty matte rose terracotta color. But in my opinion, I feel like it's a little too red to be in the terracotta spectrum. What do you think? For a more precise application, I'm using a lip liner from e.l.f. to really just draw the outline of my lips. I know I'm doing this backwards, but I do feel like it works pretty well for me. I feel like the color is a little too strong for the overall look, so I'm just taking a little product away from my lips. As a final touch, I'm using bronzer from Too Faced, and I'm just gonna use this to warm up my face to match like the overall warmness, and also to contour and just to define the hollows of my cheeks. So yeah, that's it for today. Just as an announcement, I'm actually traveling to Spain next week. So if you're interested to see my travel, you can follow me on Instagram. I'll put my Instagram link down below in the description box. So if you're interested to see my trip in Spain, follow me on Instagram, and hopefully I'll see you guys there.